Hello and welcome to Rahman Digital Production. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss the concept of variable, declaration of variables, and initialization of variable. Ladies and gentlemen, whenever you are developing a program, there is a process called program development process, in which there are four different steps involved. The first one is you have to take the data from the user. In the second step, assign that data to the variable. In the third step, perform different actions on the data and provide output to the user. All these steps will be explained at the last program of this lecture at the end. So stay with us. First of all, let us discuss that what is a variable. A variable is a memory location whose value can be changed time to time during the execution of a program. Let us elaborate this statement with the help of an example. For example, in a Python program, if I am writing num1 is equal to 100, it means that I am declaring a variable with the name num1. Equal is assignment operator and 100 is the value of that num variable. Before going to discuss this in greater detail, let's talk about this is equal to symbol. Don't confuse yourself with the is equal to symbol of mathematics with the equal symbol of programming languages. It is called assignment operator and it is assigning values on the right side of this operator to the variable on the left side of this variable. What actually it is doing, whenever the computer is encounter this statement, it will reserve a memory location like this. That is a box, this is a cell, and the name of this location will be num1 as you have given it here. Now what will be the value of this variable? It will be 100. Remember that 100 is constant. We are not talking about the constant in this lecture, but we will talk about the constant in the subsequent lectures. Now that statement is reserving a memory location with the num1 and 100 is the value. Remember, whenever you want to refer to 100, you don't have to refer it with 100. You have to refer it with the variable name, and that is num1 in this particular case. This is the example of a flat which is having house number, and if you want to send a parcel to that apartment, to a specific apartment inside that, then you have to tell the postman the number of the house. So it will be enough for the postman to deliver that parcel. Similar case is in the computer. In the computer memory, there are millions and trillions of location which is called cells. If you want to reserve a cell inside the memory, then you have to name that location, and referring that location you can store the data inside that location. Also you can retrieve the data from that location. If you want to store the data, there are two ways in which you can store the data in variable. We will talk about that in a moment, but before that I am talking about a very important concept, and that is variable is the placeholder of constant. This is a property of variable. This 100 is a constant and that is stored in the container num1. That is stored in the container num1. So num1 is not changing, but its value is changing. This value of the memory is changing time to time. Let's elaborate it further. Now at the later part in your program, if you are writing this statement, num1 is equal to 1000. So the new value of num1 will be 1000. The first value, which was 100, will be vanished. It means that you change the value of that memory location was 100 and the new value is 1000. So you can see that the value of the memory location is changing time to time. This num1 variable can hold only one value at a time, not two. If you are assigning it with another value, the first value will be vanished. Now let me talk about the assignment of values to the variable. For example, if you are declaring a variable, you must assign a value. I told you in those program development process that you have to take the data from the user. For example, in this case, I am taking 100 and storing it in a variable with the num1. There are two ways of declaration and initialization of variable. One is called pre-execution assignment. It means that before running the program, we are assigning values to the variable. And today's lecture is totally dedicated to this particular technique. So be patient and stay tuned to learn this. The second one is called post execution assignment. In the subsequent lecture, we will discuss this technique as well. After running the program, we can assign the values to the variable as well. Let us focus on the pre-execution of assignments. So in this case, let us elaborate it with an example. For example, I am declaring a variable with the first name and I am assigning it a variable 100. Now I am writing the program and at the same time I am assigning value to that variable. So this is before running the program, I am assigning 100. Now, in the second number is 10.39. Remember that the first one is integer. Integers are those variable which does not contain any decimal portion. But in the second case, there is a decimal. So this type of variable is a floating point variable. There are different types of variables available inside Python. The first one is integer. The second one is floating point. The third one is a string variable. The name of the variable is city and we are storing a value of Peshawar inside it. Anything inside the double quotation is called string. So whenever you are assigning a character values, the combination of character is called string. So P is a character, E is a character, S and so on. So it is called string. Now the third variable is a gender and it is always enclosed in single quotation mark. It is male, female, true, false, on, off, etc. In the subsequent lectures, we will discuss different types of variables with the passage of time, but for the time being, these are the assignment before execution of the program. 100 is assignment to the first num and it is stored. You will not see. It is the job of computer processor to store the value. These are instruction. Remember that what is a program? Program is a group of instruction given to the computer to do a particular job. So the first job I am assigning to the computer is first num and that is the value is 100. The second one is 10.39. Through these statement, computer will reserve a memory location with the first name and assign it with 100. And in the second line, second num is 10.3, third one is city and the fourth one is gender. Now it is stored. Now you want to show it to the user. So there is another command, as I told you, that after performing necessary manipulation of those variables, you have to give output to the user. So for output purposes, we are using the print command. So if I am writing print first num, so it will print 100. If I am printing print second num, you don't have to print or, you can print it separately on separate line. And if I print city, then it will print city, or if I am printing the gender, so it will print the gender. Now let's talk about this in case of a program in VS Code. Let's do it practically. Now you can see that we are in the VS Code IDE, integrated development environment, and I wrote that program right now for your convenience already. Writing is no problem for you. Whatever you are seeing on the screen, you have to portray it as it is. So num1 is equal to 100. Num1 is a variable whose values is assigned as 100. Num2 is a variable 12.98. City is a variable. Gender is a variable. And I am printing in one line the values of those variables. I will not refer to 100 by 100. I will refer it by the memory location. And that is num1. I am telling the computer that whatever is stored on the location num1, print that. Whatever is stored on the location num2, print that. Whatever the location of city and gender, print that. Let's run this program and see the result. I am running this and clicking on this. You will see here that it is printing 100, and that is this value because I wrote print num1, and then 12.98 this value, and then Peshawar this value, and then M because of the gender. So in this way you can declare the variable. Now let's move to the slides. Gentlemen, next we are having multiple or chain assignments. For that particular purpose, let us first elaborate it theoretically with the help of an example, and then we will move to practical program. Gentlemen, I am declaring first num is 100, second num is 100, third num is 100. One thing is common, all of them are integer variables and all of them are having 100 as a value. So instead of writing three different lines, you can write all these things in a single line like this. First num is equal to second number is equal to third number is equal to 100. And the assignment will be from right side, whatever the value of at the right side of the assignment operator, that is 100 in this case, will be assigned to third number, and the value of third number then will be assigned to the second number, and the second number value will be assigned to the first number. So these three statements are equal to this only one statement. So let us go directly to the integrated development environment. Gentlemen, you can see that I have written num1 is equal to num2 is equal to num3 is equal to 100. Exactly I wrote in that slide. And then I am printing all the values with the single print command. Print is an output command. Print is an output command. So I am printing three different variables name with num1, num2 and num3. Let us run this program. First I am clearing the screen and then right click and run Python, and here you have to see that all the three variable of num1, num2 and num3 are printed for you people. Okay, these are of the same type of variable, but what if there are many variables which are of different type? For example, here we are having first num, second num, city and gender. First num is assigned with the value of 100. First value will be assigned on the right side of this equal operator to the first variable on the left side. Second value will be assigned to the second variable. Third value will be assigned to the third variable, and fourth value will be assigned to the fourth variable. Let us do this program also on a screen. Dear learners, you can see that I have declared exactly in the same fashion num1, num2, city, gender is equal to 133.98 Peshawar and M. Now I am printing all these different variables with the help of print command. Print command is used to get values from the variable and show it on the screen. So let us run this program, but before that it is not mandatory, but let us clear the terminal and then run the program so that you can focus on the latest. You can see that 100 is printed here for num1, 33.98, which is this value due to num1, num2 and city and gender according to that. Ladies and gentlemen, now let us write a very interesting program about which I talked at the beginning of this lecture to clear the concept of variables. I am writing a program in which we are going to add the particular individual digit of a whole number. For example, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I want to assign it to a variable with the name number. Now my job is to add 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 through a technique. We will remain in the context of our knowledge and will run this program. You can write print 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5, but it is not a programming technique because we are dealing in this particular course with the natural and social sciences. So let us turn our focus to that. This is your first testing and let us take time to understand this. Before explaining this program, I want to tell you that there is a person and double slash. These are called operators. Operator is a character which is performing action on the data and bringing changes inside the data. First, we have to understand this concept that what is this person? Person is a modulus operator and slash slash is an integer division. This person is also known as remainder. So what it is ever is the remainder, it will be stored in num1. Let us go to whiteboard and explain this step by step in greater detail. Okay, dear students, let us explain this program, which is a very interesting program. The main purpose of this program is to find the sum of the five numbers, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to add it like 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. So in this case the sum will be 15. Let us start from the first statement. A. The first statement is we are defining a variable with the name number, which is this one, and this box is a location where we are storing the values 1 2 3 4 5. I told you in the lecture that is equal is used to assign the value on the right side of this symbol to the variable on the left side. Okay, now num1 is this one. Whenever compiler is countering this num1, it means that it will declare it on spot. And the important thing is this area. Let us talk about this area. This is a modulus operator, or it is also called remainder operator. What actually it is doing, it will divide the number. What is the value of number? That is 1 2 3 4 5, and it will divide it by this 10. The result is not here. The result will be whatever we are getting in the remainder. So 10 ones are 10, and when we subtract it 2, we will bring down this 3, and 10 twos are 20, and when we subtract 3, and we will bring this 4 down. So 10 threes are 30, and when we subtract it 4 will be there, and we will bring this 5 here. So 10 fours are 40, and now the remainder. Now this will be the answer of this operator. This will be the answer of this operator. Remember that there are many operators. So from this statement we are getting a 5. So 5 will be stored inside this, and I am writing 5. Now we have to remove this 5 from the number because we have stored it in a variable num1. So by a technique we have to remove this 5 from the number, which is 1 2 3 4 5. Now I will use this one as a number slash slash. This is integer division. So what it will do, it will give you this answer. I'm not performing it again, this answer. So the new value of the number variable will be, now with this number again we are dividing this 4, 1 2 3 4, because this one is removed, this one. So it will be 1 2 3 4, and if we are dividing it, we will get as 1 2 and 3 here, and this time 4 will be stored inside num2, which is this variable. Now with this statement we are removing that 4. So when we click on, we execute this statement, so 4 will be removed from it, and you can see the number new value is 10. And when we divide it again, then we will get these number, and as a result we will get 1 2. So this time we will get this 3, and it will be stored according to this command line, and it will be stored 3 inside it. And through this command, the new value of the number variable will be 1 2. So let us remove this 3, and it will be 1 2. Now this statement again will perform the modulus division, and we will get what we will get this 2 as a result. And here also we are having 1 2. Let me write that 2 again, because there is 1 2, this value 1 2, and I also have to remove this 2 from only one well remain. So in this particular case 2 will be stored inside number 4, which is this one, and we will store 4. Now number 5 is again, so when we divide, now this is very interesting, when we divide 1 by 10, so we will get 10 zeros are 0, and when we multiplied 1 will come and 1 will be stored inside this variable uh, as a 1. Now we have stored all the values. We are declaring another variable, which is this one, and in which we are storing the value of num1, not num1, whatever. In num1 there is 5, so it means this is 5, this is 4, this is 3, this is 2, and this is 1. What will be the value of this when we add 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? Then it means the value of sum will be 15. And then we are printing sum is equal to sum, so it will print as sum is equal to 15. So now, not using the loop, not using the if statement, simply remaining in the context of our knowledge, we are performing this very interesting calculation that we can store the value of 1 2 3 4 5 and adding it. So this was the whole story about the variable. Now let's move to the slide. Okay, dear student, let us do that program which I explained on the whiteboard practically. I wrote this program exactly in the same manner which was on the whiteboard. So when I run this program, let us see that what will be the result of this program. Let us click on run and then run Python file in terminal. Now you will see the result of this, that what the result is. You can see that the result is given as sum is equal to 15, which is this one, and exactly we explain that how it is working on the board, whiteboard. That's it for today. In the next lecture we will learn more technique. If you haven't yet subscribed my channel, subscribe my channel so that you will be the first person to be notified when I upload a new video. Thank you.